Welcome to this overview on BSI's latest insight report exploring the future of work. This report is looking at creating the right conditions to flourish in an age-diverse workforce. My name is Kate Field and I'm the Global Head of Human and Social Sustainability at BSI. BSI is your business improvement partner. We help organisations and society thrive together, accelerating progress towards a fair society and sustainable world. A fair society and sustainable world includes understanding the changing world of work and the impact of demographic change. Globally, we are living longer and getting older. According to the World Health Organization, the proportion of the world's population that is over 60 will nearly double from 12 to 22% between 2015 and 2050. While by the end of this decade, 1 in 6 people will be over 60, and by 2050, there will be 426 million people who are 80 or older. Meanwhile, population growth is forecast to fall, creating challenges for sustaining our global workforce. This will create a shrinking labour pool. Employers will be competing for a smaller pool of talent, and with a maturing demographic, organisations need to consider how to create sustainable employability. That's considering the whole work span or working life cycle. This talent challenge is a key board level concern. The recent UN Global Compact report found that 96% of CEOs reported talent scarcity as a top global challenge impacting their business, the second highest of all global challenges surveyed. Furthermore, 94% of CEOs feel that the resilience of their business is impacted by a lack of diversity and skills for the future. So as working into our 70s becomes the norm, the key question is how can we ensure individuals and organisations across sectors and geographies can flourish? How can we accelerate progress towards a successful age-diverse workplace? How can we respond to AI and digital transformation? How can we maintain worker well-being as the way we work fundamentally changes? How can we ensure the gains that are shared equally and the future of work is sustainable? To explore some of these questions, BSI chose to explore the accelerating factors that are expected to contribute to a successful age-diverse workforce, with the aim of starting a conversation around what businesses can do now. We looked at these from the perspective of the individual and how they can flourish, organisations and how they can continue to grow, and what changes could happen at policy or societal level to enable this. You can see on this slide the areas that we looked at for these accelerating factors. We surveyed 932 business leaders spread across 9 global markets and 7 sectors, and really clear patterns began to emerge from the survey. Whilst each market and sector differed slightly in which of the accelerating factors were prioritised, across the board there were some really clear themes or winners, if you like. The first was flexibility and the second was health and well-being. And of course, policies that helped incentivise workforce participation were considered key. And while some respondents scored levers related to diversity and inclusion highly, most were more focused on the practicalities, for example, the opportunities for retraining or insurance premiums. Notably, there was less desire for governments to force the hand of business around creating and enabling the age-diverse workforce, with just a third backing laws or regulation prohibiting discrimination based on age. Although, of course, such regulation exists in many parts of the world. Instead, the focus was on positive enabling factors that would allow individuals to remain in work and be productive, and the top two factors for individuals and organisations were health and well-being and flexibility. So there are some key takeaways from our report. Plan ahead and seize the opportunity. The age-diverse workforce is not a question, but is fast becoming a reality in major economies and sectors. Individuals, organisations and society have the opportunity to boost growth and innovation by thinking about how this will change the workforce now and collaborating to develop strategies to respond. Rethinking and reframing work across the board. Respondents highlighted that being able to choose when and how they worked would be a key driver in keeping them in their role for longer. More than 4 years after the start of the pandemic, when working structures in some countries and sectors were fundamentally altered, now is the moment to open the conversation about how this flexibility can be enabled for the long term so that its benefits to individuals and organisations for their workforce are really embedded. Truly rethinking and redesigning the way we work could be the most powerful innovation an organisation could make as it prepares for the age-diverse workforce. Supporting health and well-being. A flourishing workforce will be one that has the ability to remain physically healthy and psychologically and mentally healthy. For employers and governments, this may include proactive efforts to support workers to manage their health or investment in the services used by the wider population, as well as what individuals and in particular organisations can do in the workplace to make a difference. And I'm going to come back to that piece. Train, retrain and refresh is about skills and upkeep and access to training and skills development. And of course, this is critical, especially as we think about AI transformation. For people to flourish decades after they joined the workforce, opportunities to learn new skills, returnships for those who may have been absent, or the chance to shift away from manual roles are critical. As the age of the workforce diversifies, strategies like reverse mentoring can also bring enormous benefits. We've got to make work worthwhile. Unsurprisingly, financial considerations weighed heavily, and reward and remuneration will be core to how people relate to their job and at any age. Equally, value can come from ensuring people remain challenged by their work, their roles, and feel that their contribution is appreciated. We have to enable an inclusive culture. That's one that creates an age-diverse workplace that is free from adverse social behaviour and is about strengthening trust and engagement to encourage the retention of all workers and, of course, experienced colleagues. Employers can partner with employees to embed a supportive culture by ensuring different generations are listened to and have an equal chance to contribute. Across sectors and markets, business leaders made it clear that their desire is for proactive measures to enable a flourishing future of the world of work. The age-diverse workforce is here, and as BSI's research shows, there are many strategies we can deploy to make it a success. We heard that health and well-being along with flexibility were priorities for workers and organisations. So how do we support health span to increase work span? There are some key considerations and steps that organisations can take. First of all, organisations need to consider the physical abilities of workers. As we get older, organisations may need to accommodate changes in strength, flexibility or stamina. This may include redesigning tasks, automating processes or providing ergonomic workstations and equipment. Organisations may also need to adjust work schedules or tasks to account for potential fatigue. Recognise that our cognitive functions such as memory and processing speed may change with age. Research shows that older workers can learn new skills, they just need longer to do it. So offering training programs that are designed for different learning styles and paces will become key. At an individual level, supporting workers to understand their own health is vital. Wellness programs that inform and educate can be hugely beneficial, as are regular health checkups and screenings. Educating workers about the importance of self-care and reporting health issues promptly can ensure interventions that keep them in work. As we get older, our eyesight and hearing can become impaired, so ensuring that the workplace is well lit and free from physical hazards reduces the risk of accidents. Also consider the layout and accessibility of the workplace. A workplace with a lot of stairs may be inaccessible for many. As we heard from the report, flexibility is key. This may be because older workers are sandwich carers looking after young family and elderly relatives, or simply due to a personal preference around work-life balance. Whatever the reason, flexibility is now highly sought in the workplace. Flexibility may be around location, work hours, part-time, or job share options. Ensuring that breaks and vacations are taken will help with that work-life balance, but also provide opportunities for older workers to rest and recharge. Humans are social animals, so fostering a supportive and inclusive culture that promotes social interaction is key to reduce feelings of isolation and promote mental well-being. Of course, eliminating discrimination and bias is critical, so creating a workplace that is inclusive and supportive is vital. Encourage open communication to address any concerns related to age bias. As we get older, we are more likely to suffer from chronic or age-related issues such as diabetes or cancer. Being able to support workers through ill health with effective sickness, absence and rehabilitation processes, including phased returns to work and adjusted absence policies, is another practical step that organisations can take. To attract and retain talent, consider added benefits such as health insurance, critical illness cover and life assurance. And importantly, provide advice and guidance to support the worker and the line manager on subjects such as menopause and cancer. For organisations looking for global best practice on supporting health and well-being, there are two international frameworks that can be used. The first focuses on health and safety management in the workplace and has the reference number ISO 45001. This framework is designed to help organisations manage the health and safety of their workers in the workplace, of course, including older workers. It focuses on hazard identification, assessing risk, and legal compliance. It encourages continuous improvement and employee participation. It will help organisations like yours address physical and cognitive considerations for an ageing workforce, and it will emphasise training needs, ergonomics, and creating an inclusive culture. The second best practice framework, referenced ISO 45003, focuses exclusively on psychological health and safety, those aspects of work that can impact our mental health and well-being. This framework aims to address psychosocial risks, the risks, the hazards in the workplace that can cause this mental harm. It looks at issues such as stress, bullying, harassment, organisational culture, job design, work-life balance, a whole host of issues that are really critical when we think about psychological health and safety and mental well-being. It aims to promote good mental health and a supportive work environment that also allows and manages positive absence management and rehabilitation. Key highlights from this framework include focus on communication, consultation and flexible working arrangements. It encourages training on psychosocial risks and the age-related challenges that individuals and their line managers may need to address. It emphasises leadership, organisational culture and continuous improvement. At BSI, we partner with organisations and others across society to respond to economic, demographic, technological and social changes. We take steps today to ensure people can flourish and organisations can grow in the workplace of tomorrow. Our purpose is to accelerate progress towards a fair society and sustainable world. A key component of that is ensuring the well-being of workers now and in the future, whether they are starting their careers or further on in their working life. We are committed to ensuring the physical and psychological well-being of those contributing to our social economic prosperity while upholding their fundamental rights. For age-inclusive workplaces and communities, this commitment is demonstrated through pioneering best practice frameworks and training programs addressing topics such as diversity and inclusion, menopause, dementia, neurodiversity and psychological health and safety. Through global research initiatives like this report and last year's second glass ceiling, BSI leverages its global reach to shape thinking on the future of work and drive meaningful change in workplaces worldwide. We support organisations to enhance their workplace health, safety and well-being through a comprehensive suite of services including training, assessment and certification. And you can see some of those that are most relevant or that I've spoken about today on the slide. And if you simply search BSI ISO 45001 or ISO 45003 or BSI menopause training, you'll find all of this available on your website. We are market leaders for training and certification for the two best practice standards that I mentioned on occupational health and safety, which is ISO 45001, and psychological health and safety, that's ISO 45003. So do please reach out to us about how we can help and support your organisation on your journey to implementing those best practice frameworks. Our wider human and social sustainability portfolio enables organisations to implement best practices in crucial areas such as health, safety and wellbeing, fundamental rights, diversity and inclusion and ethical supply chains, and to help organisations become truly purpose-driven. Coming up soon is our second report looking at trust in AI, with a special report focusing on flourishing in the AI workforce. Thank you for joining me on this session. I hope that you found it useful and I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you.